Welcome to K-Pop Pillow Talk,
the podcast that goes into your favorite fantastic K-pop fanfictions.
I'm Millie.
And I'm Tay.
In each episode, we read and discuss a chapter or a one-shot from an erotic or fluff fanfiction featuring your favorite idols.
Hard and soft stands alike. Let's just go there. Quick disclaimer, all these works are purely fiction.
In no way are we insinuating any real relationships between these idols.
So please, continue at your own risk.
Welcome to K-Pop Pillow Talk.
I'm Tay.
And I'm Millie.
And this is episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. Welcome. Whatever.
We're reading a new author today.
Yes.
So Tay, why don't you tell me about this author?
All right. So this is an author that goes by the handle Namjoon1994 on Wattpad.
Solid.
Yes, and this fanfiction is called Devil. And
you know.
it is a Jimin short story.
Jimin!
We love Jimin here.
I feel like that's probably my most read fan fiction pairing is Jimin.
I would say, no, I think I read Taekook a little bit more, but I love Jimin as well, so I try to.
Oh my god, I don't think I've ever read a Taekook. As soon as you said
serious?
it, I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
I don't think I have. It's either like Jimin or all 7 of them are in the story. I have like no in between.
That's crazy. I do love Of the 7 works. Those are always really good.
We will get there.
Yes, we will get there because I have some good ones.
Also, for those of you who actively follow multiple groups, the Irene and Seulgi subunit that came out this week, guys, that immediately made me want to read a fan fiction of them. Like I was like, wait, we have to do this now.
Yeah, yes. Ghost Stream Monster. It is
the newest
the gays.
lesbian anthem.
Yeah, like literally, I get the chills watching it. It's just when I watched the music video for this first time, I just screamed at the TV.
Yeah,
yes, already.
It was crazy.
It's just like they might as well.
They just really went there with that.
Yeah, it was amazing, iconic. I'm here for it. But yeah, for this short story, we contacted the author prior. And they were very nice, but they... Millie, why don't you tell us what they said when we contacted them?
Let me just pull it up on my phone because I was so surprised with the way they responded. Because, like, sure, every creator of literally any kind of art is always really hesitant about being braggy. It takes a long time. Like, and when we asked... They were like, hi, sure you can. Although IDKY, you would want to read Devil. It's not that good, but thank you for asking. Go ahead. And I was like, it's not that good, fam.
It has 34.9k reads.
Exactly. I was like, how on earth can you have that many eyes on your fanfic and think that you aren't good? Like, what?
So Namjoon 1994.
This is a call out before we even read your work to be less humble, actually. I didn't think I'd have to tell anyone this, but be less humble.
You're doing
be
great,
proud.
sweetie.
We're very excited to read your piece.
Yeah, so let's jump into it then. Would you like me to read the...
Sure.
Okay. Chapter 1. Jimin wasn't sure this would end very well. Long story short, Jimin was an angel.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah. Full-blown angel of the Lord, wings and all.
Of the Lord.
I know. He had always been, ever since he was born, or at least for as long as he could remember. They say you just get chosen one day and suddenly you're an angel, but he could never actually fulfill anything that angels were destined to do until he reached the prime age of 16. Oh, big
the
decisions.
least angelic age.
I know.
Okay.
Now, at the age of 19, he was pretty well experienced. He knew all the rules, the do's and don'ts, the protocols, practically everything in the book. Oh, Jiminy.
Best boy.
I know. So, with that being said, he knew that he was certainly not supposed to get close with a human. But somehow, he did. His name was Kim Tae-hyung. And he was...
I was so ready for it to be Yoongi.
And he was Jimin's best and only friend. Jimin had met him on his first mission when he was almost 17, young and eager to please. He had been ordered to monitor Taehyung's dreams, that being one of the angel's duties. They had to try and make sure everyone's dreams were pleasant. Keyword, try. They didn't always get to everybody. At one point, Taehyung had woken up and caught Jimin standing in his room, so naturally he came up with a probably terrible lie as to why he was there. And the rest was history. And honestly, I would expect nothing less.
I can see him just landing in the room, tripping over one of Tae's stuffed animals or something, and then it's like he hits the bed. And then Tae wakes up and he's like, well, there's a person in my room. And Jimin's like, angel. I mean, person. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Person. Casual.
Definitely. Anyways, now Jimin had to do something he knows he really, really shouldn't do. Taehyung was recently in a severe accident, and Jimin being an angel and all, he knew that he would die soon.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't ready for death.
There was no denying that the fact that Taehyung's time was running out. Most people thought that the living and the dead were all the responsibility of the angels in the heavens, but they were wrong. Only keeping track of the living was up to the angels, but the dead was a whole other story. Whoa.
Oh.
The plot thickens. Now,
The thought thickens.
Now, Jimin had come down to the mortal world to visit his best friend in the hospital. The other angels would not be happy if they knew about this, so he kept it to himself. Since Taehyung didn't actually know Jimin was an angel, and no one did really, he had to stuff his big white wings into a huge coat, which was rather uncomfortable and made him look quite odd to the human eye. But he dealt with it because that's what he had to do to see Taehyung.
Soulmates.
And that's all he really wants. Oh my god. Oh, I love
in
it.
every world. Soulmates in every world.
Soulmates only. Hey Tae, Jimin's angelic voice rang through the silent hospital room, his charcoal-colored eyes on Taehyung. I said angelic like that because it's italicized. It physically hurt Jimin's heart to see Taehyung with all of those ugly tubes stuck in his arms.
No! Oh my god!
He didn't deserve this. Taehyung was more of an angel than Jimin would ever be. I wish you could talk to me, Jimin sniffled slightly as he took a seat on the chair beside the hospital bed, adjusting the jacket on his back. But don't worry, you're going to be okay. I'll make sure of it. And as Jimin took Taehyung's limp hand in his, he really hoped that Tae could hear him, because this was a promise he would make sure he kept.
Promise.
Oh my god. I'm like nervous. What's gonna happen?
I know.
Okay. Jimin sat with Taehyung for another couple of hours, telling him about his day and trying his best to pretend that Taehyung wasn't in a coma and he was perfectly fine and talking back to him. When Jimin finally started to get rather sad again, realizing that Taehyung, of course, wasn't actually talking back, he decided he needed some fresh air and a big goodbye to Taehyung's seemingly sleeping figure for now.
Oof.
He sat on a bench a few blocks away from the hospital and just relaxed for a little while. He was tired and his wings ached immensely from being stuffed into his jacket, so resting was definitely doing him some good. After a while, he started to think about the plan he had to devise in order to help Taehyung. Sure, Jimin was an angel, but he wasn't a miracle worker, and angels couldn't just give people life again without any consequences. I know exactly what I have to do, he thought to himself after a few minutes of intense thinking and debating.
Small hand in a fist. I know
Exactly what I have to do. I have to make a deal with the devil. He whispered into the... I have to make a deal with the devil. He whispered into the chilly air around him, lips barely moving as he uttered the words. Jimin's heart thumped loudly in his chest. And that's the end of chapter 1. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the setup here.
Wow.
You know, I didn't expect Tae to be there at all.
Yeah.
There he was, dying.
I know.
I wasn't ready for the coma because comas, oh my god, comas scare me so much.
They do. Like, I try to steer clear of major character deaths in AUs, especially if it's one of the boys. So I have hopes for this.
Well, he's got to make a deal with the devil, who we now can probably assume is Yoongi.
Which
what kind of favors are going to have to be exchanged?
That's crazy. Also, okay, Namjoon 1994, this was a great plot setup.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about saying it's
We're
not very
talking
good.
straight at you.
Yeah, because this is chapter 1 and I'm like intrigued. I'm ready to know what's next. I love where this is going.
Like, we're not even going to wait to set up the next one. Like,
Yeah, I was fully expecting to just be like, I'm an angel and I'm the best angel out there. One day I stumble upon a dark path and there's the devil, stuff like that. But no, this is actually, I have depth here, and I like that. All right, Millie.
All right, so I am going to read chapter 2. It should be noted that there are 4 chapters in this fanfiction.
Yes.
This piece of work.
Yes.
So we begin again at I have to make a deal with the devil. He whispers into the chilly air around him.
ASMR.
Lips barely moving as he uttered the words. Jimin's heart thumped loudly in his chest. The moment the words fully left his mouth, everything suddenly went black. No, he hadn't passed out. Angels don't pass out. They physically can't.
What? Then why did he go black?
But he was in a room of some sort. It was just miles and miles of endless darkness all around him.
Whoa.
He was standing on a surface, but not a thing that could be seen. Then he realized that when he looked down at his hands and his body, they hadn't been swallowed by darkness around him like everything else has. By now, Jimin was confused and scared out of his mind.
Wait, so all he had to do was say out loud, I have to make a deal with the devil, and he just gets taken out of wherever he was.
Imagine the world. Imagine being like that, where all of a sudden, although in this situation, it wouldn't be all of a sudden, it's all of the sudden.
All of a sudden, just taken out.
He tried to open his wings and fly, but he came to the horrifying realization that somehow he no longer had any. Oh, God.
Oh my God, he was de-winged.
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 Deflowered. Jimin nearly cried at the thought of not being able to fly anymore, but something stopped him. All at once, right in front of him, a boy appeared out of thin air. Jimin stumbled back a bit, startled by the figure's sudden appearance. Who are you? Where am I? Jimin shakily asked the boy, raising his voice a little in a weak attempt to intimidate the stranger.
Which in real life, Jimin would be able to do if he wanted to. Intimidate someone, that is.
The next line cracks me up.
Okay.
The boy stood taller than Jimin by about 2 inches. An intimidating 2 inches. The boy stood taller than Jimin by about 2 inches and had shockingly blonde hair.
Oh.
Of course, blonde Yoongi, the devil.
Man, I expected black-haired Yoongi.
Really?
Interesting. Yeah.
They could either give those vibes. I was gonna argue it, but no. His eyes were the color of fire, and his clothes all one sinister shade of black. Everything about him screamed, danger.
You're in danger.
Oh, you're who called me. The angel, am I right? It's not every day that an angel calls for me, so I figured why not answer?
That fast? Homeboy, you must not get that many calls.
The boy said, in a voice that may have been 3 octaves lower than Jimin's own. It made Jimin shiver where he stood. Jimin breathed rapidly as the strange boy eyed him up and down. Called you? I didn't call it anyone. Jimin stuttered out, sounding more stupid than he wished he had. He cleared his throat to try and get himself together the best he could. He wouldn't let this boy scare him. Oh, but you did, Jimin. You see, I'm the devil, the boy slowly said, circling around Jimin with a faint smirk appearing on his pale face,
oh my
making
gosh.
goosebumps erupt all over Jimin's skin.
You can't see it, but I'm doing the Debbie Ryan smirk right now, putting my hair behind my ear.
He's like really smirky.
He's intimidating. He's giving me goosebumps. I can't.
You're the devil? Do you think I'm an idiot or something? Jimin sputtered. Because here was a boy who couldn't be much older than him, claiming to be the fucking Antichrist. What a perfect use of your first A swear word.
I know.
The fucking Antichrist.
Antichrist.
Jimin may be naive, but he certainly wasn't stupid. Idiot? No. Slightly stupid? Yes. And watch your tone, Mr. Goody-Goody. I could end your existence with a snap of my fingers, the boy said, something evil flickering in his dark eyes that made Jimin deflate back into himself.
He said presents.
Jimin decided it was best to ignore the comment the boy made about him being stupid. Look, I don't have time for messing around, he stated, arms crossed. He only had a few days before Tae would pass away, and he really didn't have time to be conversing with odd-looking, creepy boys. Yeah, neither do I. So let's get right to it. I understand your friend Tae is dying or something like that, and you need me to help him. Is that it? But I'm fucking Satan. Need I mention it again? So I don't give out help just like that. I'm willing to trade, though. Yoongi quickly explained to Jimin, jabbing him in the chest with his long, slender pointer finger.
Oh my god, what is the trade?
Jimin had finally caught on to the fact that he was standing amidst the literal devil, and to say he was scared would be an understatement. He only had heard stories from other angels about the devil, but he straightened himself up, took a long breath in, and spoke. A trade? If Yoongi wasn't the devil, he might have thought Jimin was cute, but since he is, he decided to go on with another thought on that topic. Yes, a trade. Do I need to spell it out for you or something? He spat back, crossing his arms impatiently.
Spat.
Jimin quickly shook his head, fringe falling into his face as he did so. He thought for a moment. What do you want? Jimin asked simply. Cocking his eyebrow, a sudden wave of confidence surging through him, Yoongi smirked menacingly at Jimin, the same evil glint in his eyes. You, he whispered slowly into one of Jimin's ears, making Jimin's face go hot. Me? What do you mean? Jimin fired back, eyes widened in shock. We finally get some action here.
What?
Just the whisper in the ear. You know? I mean, that when you die, eventually, as all angels do, instead of going to heaven like angels usually would, you would be sent to the underworld with me. And you will act as my loyal companion for the rest of eternity.
What?
Eternity.
Okay, Jimin, is Tae really worth it?
Because Jimin would have no hesitation.
I know, but like,
absolutely none.
Because like, ship aside, you and Min aside, you and Min aside, that trade-off is it's a little imbalanced, but okay, whatever. Let's keep going.
I mean, I have no hesitations to think in real life that Jimin wouldn't just trade his eternity for Tae's eternity.
Yeah. And that makes me sad and soft and hurts.
Because they're soulmates.
Soulmates.
Yoongi explained to him, boredly picking at his nails as he did so, as if this was just an everyday thing for him. Yoongi thought Jimin was cute, though he would never admit it, and he wouldn't mind being around him. It got lonely being the overseer of the dead all by yourself.
He was all alone. That sucks.
In this world.
I guess.
Jimin's insides flipped with fear. Would Taeyong be saved? He confirmed, head down. He was shaking in his boots. Shaking in my boots. Yep, Yoongi said casually, sighing. He would live a healthy life up until he gets old and dies naturally of old age. Sound good? He'll then go to heaven, unlike you, if you agree to my offer. Jimin stayed silent for a moment, and came to the conclusion that all he really wanted for Tae was to live a good, long life. Okay, Jimin finally decided to agree, nodding his head and trying to reassure himself. Okay, you're agreeing? Yoongi sputtered, a slight look of disbelief on his face. Yeah, but on one condition. I get my wings back, and I even get to keep them when I come down here to you. Jimin said sternly, arms folded over his chest as a way of saying, this could make or break the deal.
He said, try me.
Sure, whatever. But I'm making the feathers black when you get down here. Deal?
It's a little more aesthetically pleasing.
Agreed. Yeah. Yoongi sent him a smile. An actual smile. Jimin felt his heart leap in his chest, and he didn't know if it was from fear or of the sight of Yoongi's pearly white teeth.
I mean... that gummy smile. Like, I don't care if you're the devil, you show me that smile.
Jimin stared out for a moment, admiring the beauty of Yoongi's face before abruptly snapping himself out of it. Deal, he stated firmly. They shook hands quickly, both of them agreeing to ignore the fact that their hands would fit together perfectly. And without another second, Yoongi had vanished. And Jimin found himself back on the bench, his mind replaying everything that had just happened.
Wow.
And that's the end of chapter 2.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So thoughts on chapter 2?
Okay. I really liked chapter 2. I thought, good advancement of the plot. We have the two main characters meeting.
And considering that this is only a 4-chapter fan fiction, I think that jump was totally
it wasn't
perfect.
Like out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
It wasn't like super fast and drag on. It was very
the
nice.
The pacing is great.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. We obviously love this pairing, so it's fun to see them interacting. I love when Yoongi's the bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
But I love even more when Jimin's the bad boy because it's the way people... But anyway.
But usually, I like Jimin as the bad boy when it's with YN. More than when it's with Yoongi.
I don't read...
Although... Wait.
I don't read YN.
Well, remember I was telling you about that one that was up the 7? But yeah, there's a YN in it. And, there is a moment where Jimin is the dominant one. And then YN is submissive and Yoongi's submissive. So, I take it back.
Submissive Yoongi is very different.
Yes.
It is
a different flavor. See, I picture that more with black hair.
Really?
I do. Because I feel like when you think about it in the spectrum of time, the only time dominant Yoongi happens with black hair is fake love.
What about Blood, Sweat, and Tears?
It's not really dominant as much as it is...
Here.
Yeah, because all of them are very dominant in that.
That's true. Interesting.
But just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Just my personal preference on Yoongi hair.
I know.
Just I don't know. The whole chalk thing.
I don't know if this is just because I'm a Slytherin and I'm more looking out for myself, but I'm just still thinking about this trade-off. Because if Tae were to die right then and there, he'd go to heaven, and isn't that where Jimin lives?
Well, we don't know he'd go to heaven.
Oh, this is true.
We just know that Yoongi will send him to heaven.
Oh, right, because Yoongi's in charge of death, not the angels. All right, I take it back.
Yeah, my Hufflepuff asked me, yes, trade him. I will die for you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I can't wait to read what's next.
I'm really excited to read the next 2 chapters of this, which we're going to do in our next episode. We finally have a fan fiction long enough. Finally, like we've been recording for years. This is episode 2.
Yes.
But in episode 3, we will be reading the next 2 chapters of Devil.
So if you
by
want to know,
June 1994.
Yeah, so if you want to know what happens next, come back next week.
Yeah. Follow us on Spotify or whatever other podcast listening app you use.
And to keep updated on us, you can find us on social media at K-Pop Pillow Talk.
Yep, all one word on both Instagram and Twitter.
Yes. Come stop by.
And also, be sure to rate us if you have the ability to. High ratings get us up on the charts so more people can listen. And so we can take away the stigma of fan fiction.
Yes. Whilst bringing K-pop fans together.
And don't forget, we are definitely going to read other groups.
Yeah.
I think when this one's finished, I was pretty serious about the Seulgi and Irene one.
Down.
I think we should do them next.
Yeah, we should find them next. So if you know a good Seulgi and Irene fan fiction,
let us know.
We would
Send
love
us a
to
tweet.
read it.
Thanks so much for listening to K-Pop Pillow Talk. I'm Millie.
And I'm Tay.
See you next time.
Bye.